Hey, how you guys doing? It's your boy Beasley back at it again with a CFB 26 video. As always, huge shout outs to all of the amazing people who are joining the fam. I think we're up to like 225 or 250. We had a new influx of people joining the Discord, so I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Thank you for all you guys who've watched my last two videos. They've done very well, so I appreciate that. And also shout out to the streaming crowd. You guys are going to get a little special shout out in this video, so I guys hope you enjoy. But basically, what's the video? What's the yapping? Cut all the crap. What's the point of the video? I got you, fam. I got you. So essentially, after this newest update, I'm recording this video at 1:13 p.m. 11/5/2025. So in like a month or two when this gets patched, there you go. I will probably have a pinned comment down below if this ever does get patched, telling you it's patched. But I got to show you a glitch that has to be a new glitch. I've played, again, probably hundreds of seasons, and I've recruited thousands of players. I was doing my NIU, or actually I should be more specific. Chat voted for a state-themed rebuild where basically the challenge is I have to recruit and only use prospects who are from a specific state, and the giant randomizer wheel I spun chose Illinois. Yes, I know I'm pronouncing the S. That's how it's pronounced, just like how Arkansas is pronounced Arkansas. So there you go. But yeah, I did the wheel spin. We got Illinois, having fun, chilling, vibing, rocking out. You know, gonna be working on that thumbnail later. But we were playing, and I noticed a couple years into this Illinois rebuild that I was losing players in the transfer portal very easily. And I was like, that's weird because there's not many schools in the game that have a better, Illinois pipeline than us. Just to show you guys real quick. So as you guys can see, this is our pipelines we have. We have a tier 3 pipeline in Illinois. And if you remember the picture I had pulled up for this prospect, this 3-star corner I was trying to recruit, which spoilers, I didn't get. I lost because it nerfed my tier 3 pipeline in Illinois to tier 1. And that was actually like tilting me that it just straight up nerfed my pipeline for just one specific recruit. And about 30 seconds later, after I noticed it destroyed my own pipeline to making it a tier 1, I noticed that school next to me had a tier 5. So I assumed that was like Michigan or Ohio State. There's like a couple schools that have a tier 3 or a tier 4, and with like coach upgrades, you could easily get that to a tier 5. I was like, expecting that until I noticed the color of the bar. The color of the bar was green. I'm like, what green school could possibly have a tier 5 pipeline in Illinois? And bam, I saw it. It was Miami. I'm like, what in the fuck is going on? There is no way Miami has a tier 5 pipeline in Illinois. There is no shot this is real. So I spent a lot of time on this website, which, by the way, not sponsored at all. Love this website. Shows you all the pipelines for schools, hard sell calculator, a way to get hard sells and soft sells quicker. Bunch of tools, a bunch of useful things for all your dynasties. We'll have it linked in the description. Again, not sponsored, just love the website. But yeah, I spent a lot of time on this website, and I knew like really well that there's no universe Miami should ever have a tier 5 pipeline in Illinois. They just shouldn't. And I check here and they don't. And so I'm sitting here just absolutely perplexed at what the hell is going on, at how Miami has a tier 5 and I somehow have a tier 1. And so I'm thinking to myself, this has to be a visual bug, right? It has to just be a glitch where it's showing a tier 5 pipeline, even though they're not a tier 5 pipeline. I thought the same thing, but it's not a visual bug. So just to show you, like, I'm not trolling and it's like a real thing, here's a different recruit I had named Jacob Wilkes. And as you can see in Lake Zurich, Lake Z is what I called it on my stream, Illinois, again, 0 pipeline. Like, to my knowledge, how EA Sports has coded the Illinois pipeline is if it's in the state, you have the pipeline. It's not like Florida where it's North and South Florida or East and West Texas. It's not separated. It's just one pipeline. So what the hell is going on? We're on a recruit. I have now a tier 0 pipeline. On another recruit, I have a tier 1 pipeline. And just to show you, it's not all the recruits, because some recruits, it is working like normally. Here you go. This is an example of it working normally with Deshaun Williams. I have my tier 3 Illinois pipeline, Minnesota's a tier 2, and then Michigan is a tier 5, right? All that makes sense. What is going on? And I don't really know what to explain it, so I'm just going to put this, SOS video out there. Hopefully EA will fix this problem, because it's not a visual bug. It's straight up randomizing your pipelines. So if you're doing your rebuild after, again, I'm recording this on 11/5/2025. This might get patched later, but as of the moment of me recording this video, there is I don't know, I can't recruit a ton of players because, again, I'm doing the challenge where I'm only recruiting Illinois players. But, like, I would be willing to wager that if you're doing a full 30 or 35-man class, you're probably losing 5 to 10 recruits a class, especially in the transfer portal, because it's just changing your pipelines. And again, it's not a visual thing. It actually impacts it. And I'll about to show the stream clips for you. But yeah, this is insane. And this wasn't like just a one-time thing. The second and third year, it basically happened 3 times back to back to back. And because I noticed the problem, I started paying attention and looking for it. And then once when I started looking for it, I noticed like every cycle, I was losing random 3 stars and 4 stars to schools that just make no sense. Like Miami is a really funny one because like there's no universe where Miami has a tier 5 in Illinois. Like no way. But it was extra funny when other random schools, I think like San Diego State also stole a recruit from me and they had a tier 4. And I'm like, there's no universe San Diego State has a tier 4 in Illinois. Maybe they do. But either way, it was just leading to some really funny things on stream where players were going all over the place. And even some of the ones I still won with a 0 pipeline, which goes to show you just how much hard selling and perks matter. That I was able to basically, without a pipeline, even though I should have a pipeline, still win recruits. So this is a bug. Pay attention, people, to your off-season pipelines and the prospects. There's a more than likely high chance that you're getting cucked. And if you randomly start losing players that you think, wow, that guy was how did I lose the guy? And then go check the pipelines, because more than likely they gave the AI a better pipeline and or major pipeline worse, and it's causing loads of problems. So the first idea chat came up with was that maybe EA fixed the glitch with pipelines, because how it's supposed to work is your head coach pipeline is supposed to stack with your school's pipeline on top of your coordinators, right? So as you guys can see for Luis Hernandez over here, his pipeline is Oklahoma. If Miami doesn't have an Oklahoma pipeline, it should add +1. And if they don't have one at all, it will give you a +1, right? It's supposed to stack. But it's not worked all of CFB 26, so I just presumed maybe that's what they fixed. So maybe in order for Miami to get that tier 5 pipeline in Illinois, they had their coach, their coordinators with it, and Miami already had a tier 2, or maybe even a tier 1, and then with perks and whatnot. Again, I'll have the stream linked in the description if you want to go watch the entire timetable. It was around the 4-hour mark is when shit started getting really funny. And I was like crashing out. But yeah, I checked. The coordinators, the coaches, nope, they all have different pipelines. There's not a single reason why Miami was able to get a tier 5 pipeline whatsoever, right? Their school doesn't have one there natively, and no one on the staff has pipelines in this state whatsoever. It literally makes no sense. So then someone in my chat asked, hey, Beastly, can you go to the transfer portal screen and see if it even shows you as a tier 5 pipeline in the transfer portal, in which I did, and it does. So it's not like a visual bug, because you can literally go into the team, which I did. I swapped coaches to Miami just to check for myself. It's not a visual bug. It literally gave them a tier 5 pipeline. And then someone else in my chat was like, maybe it glitched the pipeline from a different school. Like maybe they were at a previous school. So I went and checked. Joshua Franklin's previous school was Western Michigan. There is no universe Western Michigan is a tier 5 Illinois pipeline. There's just no shot. There is no shot whatsoever that, I mean, it was a good idea, right? Obviously not knocking the guy, but like, there's no justification we found to replicate this. Just sometimes sporadically, you will lose your pipeline, and then sometimes sporadically, a different team will get your pipeline. It's, again, new bug, new exploit, which I don't even want to imagine how EA has coded their spaghetti code, but yeah, this is a hilarious bug that will fuck you over. Whether you're a big school or I guess less if you're no, it'll still fuck you. It'll fuck over everybody. Yeah, because if you're a big school, your tier 5s will randomly become tier 3s and 2s. If you're a middle school, your 3s and 2s like mine will become tier 1s. And if you're a crappy school, your tier 1s and 2s will become tier 0s. So like, this is going to affect everybody. There are going to be recruits you get in the transfer portal that just won't work, which I already hate the transfer portal and I don't actively use it for many reasons, but this is just yet another reason why the transfer portal has ruined this game. Like, the worst part of CFB 26 is the portal. The portal has destroyed deal breakers. Now the portal's glitched to just give people random pipelines. It's a mess. It's a complete mess. And yes, if you're curious, during the live stream, I went and checked Western Michigan. They have a tier 3 Illinois pipeline like I do, and their coaches don't have the perks that upgrade their pipeline. So even if it was a glitch where the previous team pipelines was carrying over to the new school, they would have carried over a 3, not a 5. So there's, like, again, no justification for how the hell Miami got a tier 5 pipeline, which is just really funny. If you would ever like to be thrown in a video like I'm doing right now, shout out my streaming audience. I do stream every single day, or I try to almost every single day at around 6 o'clock CST or Central Standard Time. Huge shout out to all you guys who are in chat. I probably should move chat because it's kind of hard to see with the words and the font, but you get the idea. Shout out to audience. Shout out to Carl for the sub. Appreciate that again, brother. But yeah, this was hilarious. We saw this last night on my stream. I think this video is kind of proved his point. As you guys can see, I'm in like pure just distraught where I'm like, there's no way. And like, yeah, if you guys, that's the reason why I know it's not a visual bug, by the way, is that look at the size of the bar Miami got. Miami got a legit +5 bar, not a visual bug bar. So it's not a visual bug. It's real. It's destroying your pipeline. So yeah, this shit cracked me up. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Be careful. There's not really much you can do to fix this besides just not using the portal, but yeah, EA has to fix this shit ASAP because you're gonna, if I'm getting cucked on 3-star players, I don't even want to imagine losing a 4 or a 5-star like elite or star dev player because the game's like, you know what'd be funny? If Ohio State just decided to get a tier 5 pipeline in Alaska, because why not? And here, guys, I'll check on the coach. But again, link and everything will be in the description down below. And let's give our shout outs. And I'm going to go ahead and slap this also in here before we get to the shout outs. As you guys can see, this was a different recruiting class from several years later. Tulane has a +2 pipeline in Illinois, and I have a 0. So it wasn't just like a one-time recruiting class thing. It consistently happens every single offseason, or at least it triggered for me 3 times back to back to back. So maybe I got really unlucky 3 times in a row, or it's a new EA Sports glitch. You never quite know. But yeah, back to the shoutouts. As always, I hope you have a wonderful morning, evening, night, afternoon, or day, depending on whatever time you watch my content in the future. Like, comment, subscribe on YouTube, drop me a follow, or sub on Twitch. I would greatly appreciate that. And if you can, please become a member. Members get early access to all of my videos, whether it's a few hours early, days early, or even a week or so early. Early access to my content, plus much, much more on the channel. So if you can become a member, it would support me a ton. Shout out to all you beautiful bastards right here on the screen. Appreciate y'all. And yeah, guys, I will see you when I see you. Deuces.